Hey, it's Scotty Meyer from Little Light Studios, and today on I've Got a Question, here's the question. My house is divided. What can I do to unify my family on not watching harmful media? This is actually a question that comes up more often than not, so I'll share a little personal experience that happened to me in the very beginning of my marriage. I was a big fan of movies, and I really didn't pay attention to the ratings. I kind of watched no matter what. And when God really convicted me on this message, I was very quick to respond to that. And my wife, she grew up in a household where the TV was always on. It was background noise in her house as she was growing up. And so where I kind of understood the message really quickly and just, said, okay, I need to be very careful of what I watch, my wife wasn't that way. And it was a point of contention between us. Often that was how we spent time together. And so as I really kind of labored that with God, and I said, God, you gave me this woman, I can't change her. You need to help change her. And I think God really softened my approach, and I kind of changed how I approach this situation with my wife. I started just suggesting other activities. Let's play a board game. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a bike ride. And so I kind of removed her from that typical time that we would normally sit down and watch things. And then as I would kind of engage with her, I would share with her little bits of things that I was learning, and I would ask questions and say, hey, I really came across this study on this. What do you think of this? And it's kind of the same approach as if you're going to go witness with somebody, right? You want to kind of find that common ground, and then you want to kind of phrase those questions of, here, this is a piece of information I've found. What do you think of this? And so, maybe a good place to start would be finding, what does your family member think is good content and why? And if you guys can start to begin to agree with what makes something a positive thing to watch, maybe then you can soften the approach of getting into the conversation of, well, do you think that if there's good things to watch, is there potentially bad things to watch? And that way it's not so threatening, just kind of coming in and sort of coming in guns blazing at, you shouldn't be watching that, maybe is not the best approach. So in my case, it worked. And actually now today, my wife is even much more cautious of what she watches. And little by little, I watched the TV, actually her TV habits change, and the things that we would watch change in our house. And it wasn't just immediately overnight. And so I know God was really working with her in that way. So be able to give your mate that space, but also try to really suggest and find alternate things to do that don't just center around media. And of course, when you have children in the picture, this question is going to come up a lot. And as you're raising your kids, you want to raise them to be able to make good choices with their media as well. So it definitely is a important question, and if you haven't sat down and had that conversation with your family, I would highly encourage it. I want to share a Bible verse with you. It comes from Proverbs 24:3-4. By wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established. Through knowledge its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. A house isn't built just immediately overnight, and sometimes it takes time. As a family, you really want to move together as a family unit. And so, to have a discussion on these type of topics is a good thing. And, when the house is divided, maybe it gives you an opportunity to then come together and find some common ground or some way to do it. So it can kind of be spun into a positive thing, and we hope that this is beneficial to you, and thanks for watching. Thanks for sending in your question. If you guys have any more questions, we'd love to hear from you, so definitely write it in the comment or send it to us. And if you know anybody who would benefit from this question being answered, go ahead and send them this video. Thanks for watching.